Good Monday morning. What can we learn from the women who went to Jesus' tomb early the first day of the week following the Sabbath? From Luke 23:55, we find that these women came from Galilee. So they followed Jesus, and even after he was taken from the cross, and they followed the funeral procession to, okay, this is where they're laying him. We got the location. Always persevere. Be aware of the surroundings. Have a plan. That is what we call Good Friday, the day that Jesus was crucified, the day before the Sabbath. The Sabbath day, Jewish times, from 6 to 6. They didn't do any work. But then early, before dark, Luke 24:1 says very early on the first day of the week. And then in Matthew says they came early at the end of the Sabbath. Mark tells us that when the Sabbath was passed. So they had to get up early. We got to rise and shine. We have work to do for the Lord. That's the first lesson. Rise and shine. Be about the Father's business. The next thing is we get the identity of the ladies from Galilee. Matthew, Mark, and Luke all tell us that it was Mary Magdalene. It was Mary, the mother of James the Less and Jose. Now, when we look back at Matthew 27:56, it says, it doesn't name the mother, it says the mother of Zebedee's children. Zebedee's children were James and John, the son of thunder. But when we go to Mark 15:40, these are the disciples giving their eyewitness testimony. Then Mark says, okay, so it was Mary Magdalene, it was Mary, the mother of James and Jose, but it was also Salome, Salome. She is most likely the mother of James and John. So we get a complete history. We know where they came from. We know what they're doing and what they did. All of the Gospels tell us that they prepared, except for John. John says Mary Magdalene came early. But he doesn't focus so much on the other women. Mark, Matthew, and Luke says they came and they brought spices and ointments that they had to prepare. And so as they were walking, Mark 16:3, our key verse today says hey, girl, how are we going to get that stone rolled away? I mean, we were there. We saw they put that big heavy stone. You know, you don't have enough strength. Yeah, you probably got arthritis. This is my divine imagination. They did not have the physical stamina to remove the stone. Yet they kept going. They kept following what they knew was their purpose. They didn't know how it was going to get done. That's faith. Hebrews 11:1 says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And then when they arrived at their destination, they found out that the stone was already rolled away. It's a reminder to us that God has already been where we're going. He's on the other side of what perplexes us, the trials, the tragedies. We will make it to the other side if we trust and follow the Lord. Mark 16:1-4 reminds us what these women teach us even today. They were about their Father's business. They persevered. Reminds me also of Galatians 6:9. Don't be weary of well-doing, for in due season we will reap if we faint not. Their task seemed impossible, but they knew it had to be done. There's sometimes you're on the job, or sometimes things are going on at home, at school, in the community. God has given you a task that only you can do for such a time as this. It seems impossible, but when we trust and follow him, he's faithful to his promises to never leave us and never forsake us. and we will get to the other side. Mark 16 verses 1 through 4. I pray that you have a marvelous Monday, and please know that the Lord loves us. He wants us to love one another. God willing, I'll see you the next day. Bye.